Welcome back to Slothbox. I'm Lyndon Dixon, and this is another video where we're talking about those big questions in boxing. And after last night and Jake Paul's performance against Andre August, it's time to talk about one of those questions. Basically, all week and all after the fight and for the last 2 years, Jake Paul's been talking about how he is going to be a world champion. Now, myself included with the people that I'm about to mention have laughed at him when he said that, purely because he hasn't displayed any form of world champion quality. And it's a pretty hasty thing to say when you are 7-1. Or even before that, he was saying he's going to be a world champion. Now, to answer that question, could he be a world champion? Is he going to be a world champion? There's a few things we need to talk about and address. And the first thing is that performance last night against Andre August. Now, bit of profile. Andre August, 35 years old, cruiserweight, 10-1. 10 wins, 1 loss, I think 1 draw as well. And Jake Paul dismantled him. Let's be honest, it was a first round knockout. The knockout was beautiful. People online will be saying knockout of the year. I don't quite think so. But it's a sublime knockout nonetheless. He sets him up with a lazy jab. And then it wasn't a lazy jab. He baited him in. And then he followed through with the right uppercut. And August was asleep before he hit the floor. Now, incredible knockout. Great shot. I wouldn't call it... Yes, great performance from Jake Paul. And now we can ask that question. Can he be the world champion? Now, what does he need to do that, in my opinion? The obvious thing, he needs a world ranking, which he hasn't got yet. How does he go about getting that? He needs to fight more Andre August. So he needs more meaningful fights. The thing is, another point, Jake Paul's only 26 years old. He has plenty of time on his side. There's plenty of other 26-year-old fighters that haven't got his record and the names that he's beaten on their record. So, I mean, if you look at his record, he's beaten Ben Askren, he's knocked him out. Beat Woodley once, then he beat him again and knocked him out. Then he beat Anderson Silva, knocked Anderson Silva, one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. He knocked him down in round 8. Then all of that stuff with Tommy Fury. He lost to Tommy Fury in a very, very, very narrow decision, in my opinion. Then he beats August and knocks him out in devastating fashion, if we're very honest. Now, I'm not Jake Paul's biggest fan. If we're real, he hasn't got many big fans. A lot of people tune in the hopes that he will get beaten, in hopes that he will get knocked out. But it's that villain mentality that has got him to where he is now. Even when you look at his YouTube days, he wasn't loved by all of those subscribers. A lot of them were tuning in to see if something would go wrong for him. And so far, not a lot really has. I mean, just last night, if we look straight down, last night, great performance, great knockout. Everyone's all talking about what's next. He's had a great 2023. 2024 looks exciting. So like I said, he needs the world ranking. He needs more meaningful fights. He needs to fight a lot more often because he's 26 years old. And if he's talking about getting that world title, he needs to sort of do it whilst he can. Now, if we look at the world champions that there are today, does he beat them? I'll ask you the question. Chris Billam-Smith just defended his title a couple weekends ago now against Masternak. He looked okay, but Chris Billam-Smith, can Jake Paul beat him? Because they're both cruiserweights. That's the people he's aiming for. Can Jake Paul beat Chris Billam-Smith? The short answer right now, not a chance in hell can he do that. Chris Billam-Smith will just beat him down for however long the fight lasts. The other champions, Jay Opetaia, in my opinion, the best cruiserweight on the planet. Name me a better one. I don't think you can. The way he beat a British sort of prospect but fringe world level fighter, Jordan Thompson, it was unbelievable. It was so no one saw that much of a one-sided beatdown coming. Now, I love Jordan Thompson, but he would admit himself that Jay Opetaia was just supreme in the ring. Now, that got me thinking, because I went on to Jay Opetaia's BoxRec, and I was looking at the people he's fought, and I thought, the people he has beat, because he's 23-0, Jay Opetaia, can Jake Paul beat them? Now, his last opponent, Jordan Thompson, British cruiser. Can Jake Paul beat Jordan Thompson? Right now, not a chance in hell. The fight before that, Maris Bridis. Can Jake Paul beat Maris Breedis? I don't think so. But age isn't on Breedis' side at the minute. But that's when you start to question things. Jake Paul getting in there, he's 26 years old. Breedis is on the verge of his 40s. He might even be in his 40s. I'm not too sure. Could he do that? If I'm Jake Paul, that's a fight I'm looking at next. A proper name at the top of the cruiserweight division. Because, let's be honest, it's sink or swim at this moment. There's so much hype around him. He's beaten these names that haven't been boxers. He lost to his only fight in a boxer, but then he's come back and just dismantled one like it was easy. Like he was having a walk through the park. So, that is the fight I would like to see next. Jake Paul against a guy like Maris Breedis. Right on the edge, right on the cusp of world level. On their way out, sure. But Jake Paul's on his way up. Now, that for me would be a great match, but that's the thing. Jake Paul has also said he'd like to fight Canelo. I mean, we know that's a pipe dream, because what weight would that even be at? There's no way Canelo comes up to cruiser to chance his legacy against a YouTuber. I can't see it. Against an influencer. No way does that fight happen, whilst Jake Paul is as he is now. So he needs that credibility. He needs that name in the boxing world. So even his haters can go, fair play, you did this, this and this. So the question, can Jake Paul be a world champion? Will he be a world champion? Can he be? Maybe. Maybe. Not at this moment in time. That is my answer. Will he be? That is for you to answer in the comments. I want to know, what do you think? Can you stand the guy? Do you think he has a chance of doing it? Is it, as I said, a pipe dream? Let me know, because it's one of those questions in boxing that's sort of always around. It's been around for the past year now. Can he do it? Will he do it? And let's be honest, he didn't look bad against Tommy Fury. Not that Tommy Fury is of the highest level, but he didn't look bad. And then against Andre August, yeah, the guy's 35, but you finished him in a round. So what happens next? Let me know. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends, and take it easy, because we're going to see you on the next one.